Hi, I'm Simone Hanna, and I'm Learning and Development Specialist here at Bantrel. And I'm here with my colleague, Laurie Hildebrand, and she's our General Counsel and also a member of our Executive Leadership Team. And I nominated Laurie for this International Women's Day. I admire her for a couple of reasons. And, I knew Laurie before she actually became a member of the Executive Leadership Team. And the great thing about her is she's the same before as she is now. Laurie is one of those people that is unflappable, that it doesn't matter what you ask her to do, it doesn't matter what you ask her to participate in, she always says yes. And she always has the same bubbly, friendly, warm personality and just an amazing intellect and capacity, incredible capacity. So I admire my friend and my colleague, Laurie. And so Laurie, tell me what inspired you to get into law?
So it was a few things. I had always been interested in law throughout my university when I was first going, and it was always something that I was interested in pursuing. I then took a little detour, did a master's first, and then decided to take a bit of a break from school. And then I hit the point where I just really wanted to do something more, intellectual, something that, stimulated my brain more, and just something that I found really interesting. So I decided to go back to law school.
If you were giving advice to somebody just getting out of school or even going to university for that matter, and they were looking for a career path, what would you tell them about a career in law?
I would say that it's always interesting, and a law degree opens so many doors. You can do so many things with a law degree. So there's the traditional thing that everything's working in a firm. There's things like working here at Bantrel and actually working in a corporation and having a different career that way. And then I know people that have become sports agents and done other things like that. So it really does open a lot of doors, and it's got endless possibilities. So I would highly recommend anyone to go into law school and see if you like practicing law, but it also opens other doors as well.
Now, I have a challenging question for you. So do you find or do you think that there's still any bias about women in the legal field? And if that's the case, what would you tell us about that?
Yeah, I would say that there still is. I think it's changing though. I think it is shifting. There's more and more women in law school, and actually I think last time I looked, it was actually more women than men go to law school. They don't always stay in the career all the way through. So often they'll leave the career earlier than men. And I do think that there is still some bias around, depending, it varies by industry, it varies by place, but there is still some bias in the profession. And so I would say, the next step is what are we doing to address it? Because it's International Women's Day is break the bias. So like Bantrel, what are we doing to actually change the bias?
We developed our mission and our diversity and inclusion strategy last year, and one of our initiatives actually was to offer unconscious bias training to the employees at large, right across the organization. So we started that last year. Something else that we've created in order for us to try to generate more interest in our job postings is we've created a course for our hiring managers called Diverse and Inclusive Hiring Practices. So we just want to make our job postings more female friendly. And we also want to help our managers to think about maybe their own unconscious bias. There's potential there for women. And so that's pretty exciting as well too. And then of course we have our Women at Bantrel committee. And we have those events throughout the year. So those are just some of the things that we're doing here at Bantrel to break the bias. So I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, and you just got off a plane and coming back for meetings. And thank you so much for our kickoff to International Women's Day.
And thank you for nominating me. I'm honored.
You're very welcome. All right, Laurie Hildebrand.